Although I want to do good, evil is right there with me. For in my inner being, I delight in God's law. But I see another law at work in me, waging war against the law of my mind and making me a prisoner of the law of sin at work within me. What a wretched man I am. Who will rescue me from this body that is subject to death? Thanks be to God, who delivers me through Jesus Christ our Lord. Romans 7:21-25. In this moment, the Apostle Paul reveals something deeply human, something raw, honest, and familiar to all of us who are trying to walk in faith. Despite his devotion to Christ, despite his leadership and his mission, Paul struggled. He tells us that he does the very things he hates, and the good that he desires to do, he often fails to do. This is not the voice of someone who is careless about sin, but of someone who desperately wants to be righteous, but still feels the weight of the flesh. What Paul shows us here is the reality of the inner war, the tension between two natures, the flesh that craves what is sinful, and the spirit that longs to please God. Even for someone as devout as Paul, the struggle remained. His flesh didn't simply disappear the moment he believed. It remained rebellious and hostile, and at times, it overtook him. This shows that even when we desire to surrender ourselves fully to Christ, we still carry behaviors, impulses, and habits that are in direct conflict with the Spirit. And that conflict can be disheartening. It leads to guilt and shame. We start to question ourselves. But the presence of the struggle does not disqualify us. It identifies us. It shows that we have not surrendered to sin and that we are engaged in the fight. If there were no battle, then we would be ruled by the flesh. The fact that we grieve over our sin and desire to overcome it is evidence that the Spirit of God is working in us. Sanctification is not instant. It is a process, a lifelong battle between the old and the new. Paul's vulnerability is not weakness. It's freedom. He shows us that everyone struggles. Even leaders fall short. Even saints wrestle with their humanity. So if you find yourself in that same place, wanting to do good, yet often stumbling, longing to please God, yet still battling temptation, you are not alone. You're in the same fight that Paul was in. And the very fact that you're fighting, that you feel the conflict, means you are already walking in the right direction.